Welcome to the DaChop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dark Child.
What's up?
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. We back.
Yo, good afternoon.
What's going on, Seth the Dark Child?
Once again, enjoying this beautiful weather that's finally started happening in Georgia.
Yeah, well, living up to the ATL. It's living up to hot Atlanta.
It is. Oh, my God. It's getting there.
Listen, this morning, I cleaned the garage out, and I have a truck that has a little bed, and it has a cover, the one that rolls up, right? And I'm talking about, it's maybe 9 o'clock this morning. So I went there to put some stuff in the back of my truck because I went to the Goodwill this morning. And as I'm touching the rolling thing, it's hot. I'm like burning my hand like, God damn, I need some gloves on. And mind you, this was like around 9 o'clock in the morning. It was like 80-something degrees, but the sun was out blazing. Okay, I'm sorry, I digress. But welcome to hot Atlanta. Another disclaimer. So first off, we want to say R.I.P. to all the people who were on the sub for the Titan to see the Titanic, right? R.I.P. to them. Now, with that out the way, whose sub is this? Who sub is this? Are you serious?
Bruh.
Are we serious? Listen, what got me was a game controller. I know all my gamers out there. If you're a PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Atari, whatever, once you saw the controls was a controller, every game in the world was like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting in that. Just alone by that. Forget the whole structure and the one little hole you can see out of. When I saw the Dreamcast or old school controller they pulled out, I'd have been like, give me my money back. I'm okay.
And this dude was a billionaire.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I mean, that $250 was a drop in a bucket. Like, oh, it's not then.
Quit being cheap.
But when I saw that controller, that right there alone, I was done. I was no talk, rip rap. I ain't really care about nothing.
Dude.
So go ahead, Seth. I'm sorry.
No, but seriously, whose sub is this? Who did you see the picture of the sub? I did see it. That sub looked really. It looked like somebody found an old septic tank.
Right.
Put a motor on it, a joystick controller inside to drive it. And said, poop, 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 poop. Bruh, Popeye the Sailor Man would have been disgusted. So, once again, whose sub is this? And then you start hearing about how it was made. I really don't want to get this pulled off, but the diversity hires required to make the sub, bruh, they was killing us on that one.
Oh man, that right there was, I couldn't believe it. When you think about this, they had over almost $1 trillion worth of people that went in that little sub to go in the water, right? I mean, we had billionaires on there, and
he was driving it with an old Xbox controller.
And
wait, not Xbox, probably PlayStation.
For real? Is that a shot there?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, I kind of figured it was a shot, but you would think those men who worked hard their whole life to become who they are, right? Become the billionaires and the sons of the billionaires and XYZ. Do you think they'll be more smart enough to at least see, like, you know what? I may not be a professional in this submarine stuff, but I can tell you that the fact that you got a controller lets me know this may not be the best solution for me. Or the metals that you have in here, this is not enough for me.
Well, okay, you know what? Let's take it up to be serious for 1 second.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
These are multimillionaire, billionaire people,
yes,
right? And on this little tinker toy. Multiple things popped in my head that you could have did differently.
Okay.
You could have just went to a military contractor. They make submarines. You could have actually had a submarine built from a military, U.S. military contractor. that would have been a personalized sub built up straight up to military specifications.
And
you are rich.
Right, and you got the money to do it. So
exactly.
Y'all could have easily partnered together and got a duplicate sub. Even if right now we don't have subs that normally go that deep, you could have paid that extra money for them to build it to go that deep, right?
Exactly.
And on top of that, like
you even got oceanic research teams and companies that actually do explore the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
You could have got one of them to build your sub. Once again, you're rich.
Here's my thing. They only went 3 miles deep in the water, straight down. So it wasn't like they did 3 miles running in a circle. Because I run and walk 3 miles all the time, right? We're talking about a straight line, straight down to the ground. So what I'm saying is that they could have tested this by just having the ship bolted up, put some test dummies inside of it, and drop it straight down to the feet or to where you want it to go with the wires and cords, and then bring it up and see it pass.
Well, I got another one for you. I got another one.
Was that too much? Was that like too much logical right there?
No. I got another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the sub was small.
Yes.
So that means that there had to have been a larger support ship or vessel somewhere.
Yes.
That larger support ship or vessel should have had a crane with a cable and a wrench. Why didn't you just leave the crane, the line attached?
Once again, it's only 3 miles. It went straight down. Like, once again, that's what I'm trying to use very basic logic here, because I'm no way in the world I'm any type of oceanist. If that's a word, right?
Man, it works for me.
Wasn't me. But I know a straight line when I see one. And I run and I walk 3 miles all the time. So to do a straight shot, straight down, you could have easily just dropped something down the ship and just keep it attached, like you said, all the way down till you got to 3 miles. Let it sit for a little bit, bring it back up, and test it.
Wrench it back up.
Now, granted, if you did that, you'd know that once it got that deep, it would have imploded. You're like, okay, guys, we have to push it back longer. We had some technical difficulties.
Once again.
But no, y'all said, we good.
I keep on making this joke. Listen, I got one serious note. Once again, who subbed this? Who made this? Who signed off on this? Who thought that this would be a good idea? I am so sick of being a poor black man, right?
Yes.
Because it's obvious a lot of people have a hell of a lot of money that I don't have that are doing stuff with it that I find to be absolutely asinine. Please give me their money. I promise to do something better with it.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, mind you, so on top of being billionaires that went, they spent $1.2 million to do this trip for, it wasn't even, well,
because they haven't enough to spend the money on. $1.2 million. Bruh.
I don't see, that's why I don't understand how we have homeless people out here.
We got underfunded schools.
Right.
You didn't have nothing else to spend.
I get it.
Man.
Listen, I get it. The people worked hard for their money, so they should be able to spend it in the way they want to. I have no problem with that. But now that you're gone, where money going now?
Bruh.
Who's gonna be spending that money now? Because now you ain't over it. So people could just go and do what they want now with that money that you would have. So if we're complaining about you blowing $250,000 on a one trip, I imagine what the family, kids, stepkids gonna do with that money.
You know what? You shouldn't have took it here, because now I got to be serious.
Uh-oh.
This is serious. No joke.
When
I watch this on the news and I see front page articles about the lost sub, what else happened at the exact same time the sub was missing?
Distraction.
That didn't seem to get any coverage.
Distraction. See, so now it's like, see, people think we call them people who think it's like other stuff going on in the world. What's the word?
Deflecticons?
No, not deflecticons. It'll come back to me. You know, people be thinking about outside the box. Conspiracy.
Yeah, them guys.
Yes. People think, oh, you're a conspiracy. You're thinking too much. You're overthinking too much. Things not that serious. It's like every time something happens in the world, I feel like, okay, all right, I know this is happening. I know the Titans going down there. We're looking for the people. But I feel like, what else is going on right now? And lo and behold, we have multiple things going on.
the one thing I caught.
What? Which one? The Biden one? Which one? Which one you catch?
No, not the Biden, which we can talk about that in a second.
Okay.
It was the fact that at the same time y'all were doing all this to find 5 people, 700 people died in a shipwreck with migrants coming from Libya to
Going to London.
No, not was it London?
Italy?
Italy, yeah, from London to Italy.
Yes.
They died. 700 people, poor people.
And I think they charge each person on a boat. What was the amount? I read it in my mind. Was it $100,000? It was a high amount per person.
100,000 of their dollars because it couldn't have been 100,000 US.
No, but it was a lot of money that packed this boat up.
13,000 people
And
I think were over the weekend or something.
yes, and then but when you see the pictures of the boat, you mean you got people literally hanging like you can see the whole thing is crowded. I mean, it looks like it looks like spring break on steroids. And honestly,
that's not
fellas
funny.
and ladies and gentlemen,
laugh.
if you've been in spring break in Florida back in early 90s and early 2000, spring break was lit. The beach was crowded. I mean, you couldn't move nowhere. The beach, the buses, the snow. I mean, that snow.
You must have went to the white spring break.
I went to all spring breaks. Man.
No, because black people, we don't get in water.
Oh, okay.
True. The beaches were full. The water was.
I'm just saying that the boats, everything is crowded. So when I saw that boat with all the immigrants on it, it was like, I don't know how they didn't even tip. Well, they did tip over eventually, of course. That's what happened. But once again, like Seth the Dark Child just stated, there was no coverage on that.
700 people lost their lives.
And I get it. They're immigrants. But guess what? We're immigrants too. I mean, if we want to keep it really funky now, ladies and gentlemen, we're all immigrants here.
No. We, my family didn't immigrate nowhere. We got clubbed over the head and drugged through the jungle and threw on boats. You know what? Not where we were going today.
That's a true statement. That's a fact and true. Yeah, we didn't.
Juneteenth.
Right. We didn't ask to be here. We was taken or we was sold, and we was. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But he's right about that. But with all being said, Indians or I'm not. That's too deep. I'm getting too deep.
You was about to, hey, bro.
You know what?
We don't want to get demonetized.
All right, let's go back to the topic.
Are monetized.
Whose sub is this? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm about to go down there.
Too much, man.
It's too much. I know. But open up your mind, people. But listen, what I'm trying to say is this: people were bent out of shape on TikTok because I watch TikTok a lot, and TikTok was TikTok is how I find out about a lot of stuff. TikTok is how I found out about Biden, how I found out the immigrants, and there's something else I can't remember, but there's 3 things that happened. But that's how I know about the other news because everybody's so focused on the sub, but all these other things that back in fake meat. Yeah, 3 things.
Oh, I ain't heard this at all.
Oh, you hear about how they passed that they're gonna start selling fake meat, not real animal. Fake meat has been approved.
Where they getting fake meat from?
The labs. We GMO times a dozen. Oh, hey, GMO over 9,000. Only my Dragon fans will understand that over 9,000. Sorry, I'm sorry, Lynn John. I know we jumping over the place here, but those are 3 things that happened during the whole Titan thing going on. So if you don't know about those 3 things we just said about the food, buying, and the ship, you might want to do a little research and try to figure out why there was no coverage on these 3 things that happened. Because the Biden thing with his son and gun law, the irony in that. The person trying to get rid of guns, but his son gets caught. You know what?
Bruh. The hypocrisy is over 9,000.
Come on, man. Y'all serious? Are y'all serious?
So,
this is your king. Are you Biden? Are y'all Biden people? This is your king.
It would happen under anybody. Listen, because the whole matrix is corrupt. The whole matrix. Once again, whose sub is this? Everybody looking at the sub. Yo. Whose sub is this? You missed GMO meat. Biden's son being indicted. And wait, did Donald Trump finally get locked? He got indicted. Was it this week?
I don't know.
It's a lot going on.
I'm pretty sure we probably missed it. Once again, because the whole time thing was the whole distraction.
Yep. So, once again, folks, if you're gonna be, Listen, I'm not going to keep begging. Yes, I am. I want to be rich, and I'll beg to be rich. If you want to send a super chat, cool. You want to donate via PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, cool. Because I want to be rich. I don't want to. I swear, I will never spend $1 million to get on a Tinker toy. That's my promise. I will not spend $1 million to get on a spaceship to Mars. I promise.
Yeah, the USDA approved first ever sell meat for 2 American manufacturers. Approved. Synthetic meat. Approved.
Synthetic meat.
Yeah. Lab grown meat.
Listen, it's a movie called Soylent Green. Soylent Green. It came out in the 70s, I think. Y'all need to watch that movie. Watch the movie and then wonder why they hit you with a distraction this big, why they shoved that through the back door.
But, I mean, if you really think about it, it's not really shocking that they approved lab-grown meat.
Just a matter of time.
Because when you watch What the Food, and we're not getting sponsored by them, watch What the Food on Netflix. But when you look at the pigs, the cows, everything that we've been eating, hamburgers, chicken, all that stuff, you look at the farms, those animals walk around like cartoon characters because they so buff. They're diesel, no pun intended. Chicken, cock, whatever. But I'm saying that they're pumping up so much steroids so they get more meat out of the animals. Mm-hmm. So we're already eating GMO or enhanced food. Now they say, no, why we gotta keep torturing these poor animals, right? Let's grow now. We got the DNA. We can go in the lab. We can create our own meat from nothing.
Yep. Basically.
And people still eat it, and we can save so much money. And
it was never alive.
And then cancer, and here we are now. People dying because it's the stuff we put in our bodies.
Yep.
I mean, hell. I mean, you think about fruits and stuff now. Like, I like watermelon with seeds. I'm just saying, I like watermelon with seeds. I don't want seedless watermelon. So how you grow those?
I've been wondering that for years.
Grapes with no seeds. How did you grow those? I mean, just make it make sense. How do you grow something that doesn't have a seed, but it needs seeds to grow? Mm-hmm. That's something. Did you ever think about that? I mean, I get it. It's so convenient. I think we Americans here are so lazy. And yes, American, because only here in America we do this dumb shit.
Oh.
Other countries, they ban certain foods that we eat here on a daily.
How long we been on this? How long we been recording so
17.
far?
We got time.
I got to add something else that was a distraction.
Go ahead.
Did anybody else catch the fact that BlackRock bought Ancestry.com?
Who?
Wow. Okay. BlackRock.
What's BlackRock?
BlackRock is a silent corporation that owns, give or take, I think it administered like $2 trillion or $20 trillion worth of assets worldwide.
Okay.
It is a huge company. I think I said this years ago, and if I say it again, but quick history lesson for anybody that's listening. Have you ever heard of the Rothschilds, the Carnegie Mellons,
yes.
You know,
the forefathers.
Has anyone ever asked, like Rockefeller, right? Did anyone ever ask, where did the money go? Well, they decided to come together and create a company called BlackRock. So that's where the Carnegie Mellon, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they didn't just disappear. They just put their money together, made a corporation called BlackRock, and BlackRock is one of the largest multinational corporations in the world that most people don't know anything about.
No.
Anyway, moving on from that. For some reason beyond my scope, recently, Ancestry.com, you know who those guys are, right? They do the DNA test for everybody. Uh-huh. Well, they bought Ancestry.com and the entire database of genetic testing records for everybody they've tested.
That's why I never gave my DNA. You know what? If I don't know who my family is or who I am, it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, it sounds rude. It sounds ignorant. But let's be honest. I'm 41 years old. What's the benefit that I'm gonna find out if I'm part African, this nation, or this? What benefit am I get from that? I'm thinking about what benefit am I get from that.
Well, look at the negatives. Once again, I'm just gonna throw this on the table. This is a conspiracy theory. But why would a multinational Why would what purpose would a multinational corporation need with millions
of DNA
records?
I mean, cloning.
Cloning, that one. But let's talk about these diseases.
Yeah,
that seems to be random. But if I have your DNA, you know what I can do?
What's that?
I can go from random diseases that affect people randomly, to diseases that affect people specifically. I can target you based on your DNA.
So you can create diseases COVID that wipe out the people and stuff like that, right?
And once again, if I have all these DNA samples, I can find out what's the same between everybody. Like I'm gonna say like, no, I ain't gonna say them people because I will get in trouble.
Yeah, please.
But let's say black people.
Yes, okay.
No
one cares about black people.
Yeah, basically, and that's something. But let's say I wanted to find a disease that will only target black people.
Okay.
It would have been really difficult to get millions of DNA samples just by walking up to them and saying, "Hey, can I have it?" But no, I'll just buy your database. Listen, this didn't get nowhere near enough TV play.
Listen, when you said who Black Rock, I'm like, Black who? I'm thinking about the actual Rock. Like, there's a guy, another person named Black Rock. This
company. I cannot for the life of me. I did a little research. They're not anywhere in pharmaceuticals or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Why would they have bought a DNA database? What purpose would a multinational corporation need with any DNA database unless there's a larger picture game at play? But guess what? We've been worried about a submarine with 5 people on it all week.
All week.
And that, well, more than a week. And that, I bet you, listen to you, didn't even know who Black Rock was.
No, I didn't. When you said it, I'm like, who?
Anyway, so once again, folks, whose sub is this? Whose sub is this? You sure some government didn't set this whole thing up? You can't even prove who's on the sub.
I mean, these people who was on the sub are very.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's somebodies. Nah, I didn't.
How you know though?
I didn't do a full research on each person, but there's people out there who did research on them. But these people are somebody. So I mean, it's kind of we think about the original Titanic.
Wait, are you even sure they did?
Yeah, because no one got no video of them getting on it.
And once again, if I'm rich and I decide to lay low on a Greek island under an assumed name, my name go from Tom G. Rockefeller to Larry Smith.
I mean, also too,
I chill for the rest of my life. Am I dead?
And of course, people until Smith do their own little research, and they found out there's so many legal, like the owner of Ocean Gate has so many legal things going on. So you never know. Mind you, we're about to wrap up here. Really, we done. But it's 2023, and with all the technology we have in the world, they did not have any type of GPS, anything built inside of the sub. Whose sub is this?
I mean, who was it even a sub? Whose septic tank with LED lights is this?
Make it make sense.
Just a thought.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we wrap this one up here, okay?
Yes, sir. Hey, but when you find out whose sub it is, yo, you let me know. I got $23 for a ticket, but I ain't giving you $23 million.
I know that's right.
Peace.
Peace.